Yo, what's up, good folks? It's your Uncle Willie Lee here, representing Word Overdose, right? Word Overdose TV, your daily dose of words, right? So check this out. I had some advice from my nephews. Got a lot of nephews out there, a lot of young men between the ages. We're going to concentrate this information really between the ages of 15 and 30. Just getting ready to become a man, young man, salute. And some of my men that are a bit older, starting to get themselves well established, or still trying to find a way. What's my purpose, right? So we want to talk to you guys today. And I want to get some advice. And please, anybody in the comment section, if you feel free to, have a rebuttal, that is always welcome. And if I'm giving bad advice, please let us know, right? So we're going to start it off with family planning. Yeah. See, the most expensive substance on the planet. We got to talk about that. The most expensive substance on the planet by the ounce turns out not to be gold, not to be platinum, not to be uranium, these kind of things, right? The most expensive substance on the planet is sperm. Because if you deposit it in the wrong spot, you're going to have to pay for it for 18 years. Yeah. So we got to get into that. Off the gate, got to let you know you're never going to be ready. You're never going to be ready to be a father, right? Or a husband, preferably first, right? And once she give you that I'm late text, she can flip all the way around, change the whole script. You have really given up all your leverage at the point of getting her pregnant or saying I do. But we got to still talk about these things because damn, how we going to make it our next generation if we don't, right? So first you need to do is define for yourself, for your vantage point, from your perspective, different categories of women. So I'm going to give you 4 categories of women that I feel, right? I feel you have the virgin. This is only from a sexual standpoint. Keep in mind, this is my disclaimer on this. I know a lot of women are going to get pissed off, but this is only from a sexual vantage. This is for a man vetting a woman to be a wife and potential mother. Like, I got to do certain things, ladies. So we're talking about from them vantages. Off the gate, 1, virgin. Now, a virgin is a woman who has never yet known a man in a sexual way. That's a virgin, y'all. Peep that. In a sexual manner, she has yet to know a man. Second, we're going to have the slut. Now, the slut engages in sexual activities with a man in a casual manner, right? Friends with benefits, things like such. Even boyfriend, girlfriend. If we really want to take it there, like, hey, these are casual relations that we having, right? Ain't no papers on you. You don't own me. I don't belong to you. You don't belong to me. We can just cut our ties and go our separate ways, right? So that's the slut, a woman that has sexual relations with a man in a casual manner. Third, we're going to talk about is the whore. Now, the whore differs from the slut because the slut is engaging in casual sexual relations with a man, but the whore is engaging in sexual relations with a man with the exchange of some kind of compensation. She might be getting her rent paid. She might get some new shoes. She might get a purse, or she might just get cash preferably. But that is whore-like activity. You need to understand that, right? Fourth woman. Now this one is very powerful because we don't see them very often talked about or really given a proper respect, right? And that is the lady. Yeah, we got to define the lady. Best woman to marry, in my opinion, right? So the lady is a woman who only engages in sexual relations with a man within the confines of marriage. So that's, let me repeat that real quick. A lady only engages in sexual relations with a man within the confines of marriage. So she might have had 5 sexual partners in her life, but damn it, she done been married 5 times. Lot better wife potential than a slut, lot better wife potential than a whore, who we already know cannot be made into the housewife, right? Now, a virgin is a young lady, right? So a virgin has not known sexual relations with a man, but she is still considered a young lady because she still is holding out for the opportunity to have sex within the confines of marriage. So again, have those 4 definitions that you can really have in your head. You can have them different than mine. Hey, you can wife up any one of those types. Let me know how it work out though, right? So you got the virgin, the slut, the whore, the lady. Find you a lady to marry, right? All right. All right. Again, I want to go on to, we still on family planning. Never pay a premium for what you can see another man can get for the bargain. So, ain't nothing wrong with single mothers in my opinion, right? They need love too. Sometimes relationships just don't work out. We hear that. Sometimes a woman had a boyfriend. We already talked about boyfriend and girlfriend types, right? But sometimes a woman might have a boyfriend, thought she wanted to be the one, thought they were going to make it to the test of time. Dude went out for a pack of smokes and never came back, right? We hear about these things. These things happen from time to time, right? That doesn't make her a bad woman. And that was to make her a bad candidate. You know what I'm saying? But you should never pay a premium for what you see another man can get for the bargain. If you need to court her, take her out, open doors for her, if only you paid the bills, if only you cut the grass, if only you fixed the leaky faucet, then you can get access to her. Meanwhile, there's a brother out here, a young Pookie, young Ray Ray, could just pop up with a stiff one at 2 in the morning after never returning her calls, and she get wet for him. You paying a premium for what this clearly Pookie can get for the bargain. Oh, brothers, if I can give my nephews any advice, do not wife up such women. You will be in for a lifetime of pain. Moving on. We're going to go on to be a capable man. Yeah, being a capable man, like, you know, you don't even have to really fight people. Like, you can see by my arms and whatnot, right? I'm 6'2", 220. Everybody ain't that kind of size. I get it, understandably. But I can go places and smile. Meet people with a grin, shake hands, get dapped. If I'm in tense situations, give them that stiff. And everybody usually, we pretty much good to go. Because men have an underlying threat of physicality that we all see when we go into any room with strange men that we don't know or strange environments, right? So men naturally have to weigh the consequences when dealing with a man who appears capable. Me, by example, I appear capable in those ways, right? Be able to fix a leaky faucet, be able to change a flat tire, do an oil change, maintain your yard, have some hygiene about yourself, keep yourself nice and clean and crisp, right? These are different things that demonstrate capability. So, fellas, always appear to be capable and never lead with your ego, because your ego will lead to your demise. I got to get onto that, y'all. And that brings me into suppression. Like, it's very difficult to talk about suppression in times like this. I remember Muhammad Ali said a quote, if you want to be loved by everybody, this is what you need to do. Say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. And you'll have no haters, y'all. Like, think about that. If you want to have no haters in life, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. Oh, that's tough. So naturally, we got to speak, right? Like, look at Uncle on here right now, right? Uncle got to speak. So what I like to do is practice income suppression, right? Even sometimes happiness suppression. Even sometimes pride suppression. And what that is I would rather appear broke and be living in abundance than appear in abundance while really being broke. Oftentimes I notice the more happy I am in a relationship or with my children or with my family, the more miserable people are, right? And they look at you and say, you think you better than us. And I'll be like, honestly, it's not that I think I'm better than you. It's that you think I'm better than you. That's what's really coming out here. And that's what you're going to understand. So with me, I like to practice income suppression. And that's basically like always appearing like I don't got it like that until it's time to pull that money out. When it's time to buy stuff, I can buy it. But if you watch me on a regular basis, hell, you might not know what I got going on, right? And I like it that way. People ask to borrow money less from you that way. Like now, if I'm doing some work and folks see I'm making money, they hit me up and ask for shit out the blue. Like, hey, can I hold a quick 2,000 or something? And I'd be like, shit, I was just about to ask you for 200. Can you cash out me real quick? That's how I like to do it. Income suppression, y'all. Keeps the beggars away, by the way. So, third tip, moving on from the capable man and family planning, we're going to talk about reading more and using YouTube to learn skills, right? Like YouTube is about more than getting your latest gossip, more about finding out more about the gender war that you want to participate in, right? I'm tired of hearing about red pills, alphas, blue pills, and all this such. I'm ready to hear about how, who can make it work, who can stand the test of time these days, right? So I say read more and use YouTube to study more. So I feel like I've learned more from YouTube than from high school and college, being honest with y'all. Like, I learned how to pick a lock. I learned how to get into my car if I left the keys in it. I learned how to power wash, right? I got a power washing business. I learned how to power wash from watching probably 200 hours of YouTube videos, right? When I wanted to make money during my off season of power washing, I went to a company and they was like, man, we really need somebody that can do vent hood cleaning, like cleaning the grills, the area above the grills where the grease accumulates up and whatnot. I was like, oh, do tell. How much you usually charge for that? Told me how much they usually pay in that kind of service. Looked it up on YouTube, found out how to do it. Been doing that on the off season, but I'm still broke, y'all. So check that out. Make sure you always using YouTube to find new skills, more so than spending all your time learning the latest gossip, right? And about reading, like reading is so fundamental, guys. Like y'all don't understand, like, shout out to Riff, by the way, but they be hiding information in books. They hide a lot of good information in books. And for some reason, we fear reading. For some reason, we feel like we don't have the time to read, right? Keep in mind, we got time to sit on any kind of social media for hours on end, but we don't have time to put into the latest chapter of a book. And that's sad for us. We can learn so much. We can apply so much wisdom to our life, right? And wisdom is simply the application of knowledge. So you get the knowledge. When you apply the knowledge, now you are wise. So I say read more. That's number 3. Number 4, this one is going to be a tough one. I might get some pushback from this, but I got to go into it, guys. Like, because I love my people so much. Like, if you don't notice, I call us God color. I say we are the color of God. I don't even call us black, right? It pains me to do so. Only when I'm communicating with people on that level, right? I got to say black. But for the most part, I call us God color. So, I got to say this. Black culture is toxic. Yeah, I think it's about time like we really had a conversation about this. Give me a second, guys. But yeah, black culture is very toxic. Black culture turns out is a curse. Like, I want y'all to really get the gravity of this because y'all maybe have to rewind this a couple times so I can go into it. But I'm finna give y'all some detail on this real quick, guys. Black is a curse. Yeah, not the color. Not the color. Not the color. Not the skin tone. Not the people. But the word. The word is a curse. Words are spells, right? That's why we spell words, right? Words are spells. By calling something black, by calling this color up here, right? By calling this color, by calling that color black, we call it by that cursed word, right? And I call it color the God color, you know what I'm saying? But to call it black, we would have to look up what does black mean, right? So if you get out your dictionary, and we're not talking about these keyboard dictionaries, like they change the definitions. You need paper dictionaries. That's why I say read more, right? But if you get out your dictionary and you look up the word black, it'll say black is defined as evil, wicked, dirty, ugly, filthy, demonic, and a group of people of African or Aboriginal descent. Again, let me give y'all that definition again so you can understand, overstand this, right? Black is defined as evil, wicked, dirty, ugly, filthy, demonic, and a group of people of African or Aboriginal descent. Now, again, we're talking about the word, not the color. We can get into the color on another day, the God color, right? But let's talk about this word. None of those words actually define that color, right? That color isn't inherently evil, wicked, dirty, ugly, filthy, demonic at all. We are not evil, wicked, dirty, ugly, filthy, demonic at all, right? So why do they call us such a word? Because they put a curse on us and we behave in such a way to live up to this curse. If you notice, most of the breakdowns of our family, most of the breakdowns in our culture and our communities, the dilapidated buildings, the drive-by shootings, most of this stuff occurred when we started going by black. We used to be Afro-American, Negro, colored, nigger, lots of different things, right? But when we became black, like, damn, we started doing black things. Who knew? And it'd just be like, imagine calling the color retarded, right? We would say, that's a bad word, disclaimer, do not use that word in public. But say we called the color retarded. And we said, yeah, I'm retarded and proud. Say it loud, I'm retarded and proud. Retarded is beautiful. Retarded lives matter. We would be doing all these things, but then we'd be wondering, like, damn, why in our community we keep doing retarded things? I wonder why. And it's because words have power, guys. Words are spells. Last point I'm going to make on this toxicity. No, I got two more points. But I'm going to give y'all this one first. In our culture, we shun the intelligence, right? If you do 10 years in college and come home, we might shoot you. You think you better than us, right? Oh, smarty ass, nerd ass, lame ass nigga, right? But if we do 10 years in prison, yo, we come home with parties, salutes, get the baddest choice of women out here, right? Imagine that. That's our culture, guys. When you in school and you reading and you trying to do the right thing and you trying to stay focused, they call you a lame. The more grimy you are, the more you embrace the toxic elements of hip hop, for instance. Start wearing the baggy jeans with your ass showing. Start wearing like your hat a certain way, colors a certain way. You start doing the hand signs and the lingo. You start doing all these things that'll get you either shot or put in prison. And we love you. But let you try to better yourself. It be your same loved ones that'll pull you back down. That's our culture. Our culture does not support each other. Our culture does not support each other's businesses, right? We look down on ourselves. We have a certain level of self-hate, self-devaluing in our culture. I'm going to give you an example of that, right? Say you talk to a white person. You say, hey, why don't you send your kids to a predominantly black school, right? White person might say, hey, I don't send my kids to such schools because they're going to get an inferior education. We'd say that's racist. Why don't you live in a predominantly black community? Because the crime rates is so high and because, the property values are low. The property values go down. You know what I'm saying? Depreciating asset. I don't want to live around black people like that, right? We would say, hey, that's racist, right? Why don't you patron black business, right? White person will say, well, because I'm going to get an inferior product, poor service, and the business won't open on time. We'll say, God damn, where's my race card at? Because that nigga racist, right? Right? But we can say all those things about ourselves. If you ask a black person, like, why don't you live in a predominantly black neighborhood? Because the crime rate is so high, and I'm gonna get my kids gonna get an inferior education at the schools, and I can't shop at the businesses because they bootleg and ghetto. And that's all right. That's our culture, guys. Like, we gotta change the culture around. I propose being solar men. Like, hey, the sun and the sky, we live in a solar system, and in the solar system, like, hey, I'm chosen out here. You know what I'm saying? So being a solar man, being coffee colored, shit, being anything but calling ourselves this word black, I feel would be most beneficial to breaking this curse, right? And the last point on the black culture is toxic and black is a curse word. I gotta give y'all this. The original word that we call black, the original color that we refer to as black, is what we now call white. Like to hear why? Here it go. If you go to Italy right now, and look up what they call the color white, Bianca, Blanche, right? Blanche. Go to Spain. Look at what they call the color white right now. Blanco. Go to France, right? Look up what they call the color white right now. Blanc. See where I'm going here, guys? And when they got their ass up to Mario Anglo land, right? You know what they called the color that we call white today? Back in the day, 1300s or whatnot, they called it Blanc. B-L-A-K. See, it turns out that the word black, oldest definitions of this word used in literature, meant pale, bleached, blank. That's why you got Blanco, Blanche, Blanc, Block. All those things came from pale, bleached, blank. It was only until they discovered this newfound land, right, that they came over here and deemed themselves white and then started calling us block. Do your research. Look it up. Debate in the comment section if you must, but black is a curse word. I refuse to call myself or my children or my wife such a thing. We go by something greater. We God color over here. The solar man salute. Right. Last thing. Advice for my nephews. Last one, guys, because this is going kind of long now. Last advice for my nephews. Yo, karma is real, y'all. Yeah, karma is a bitch. Karma is very real. And you shouldn't be a dirtbag for the sake of being a dirtbag, right? Like, it's too many of us who mean so well, like we really want opportunity, but our character be so poor that nobody can trust you with an opportunity. Like, damn, I can't trust my daughter around you. I can't trust dropping my wallet. I can't trust nothing around you. Your character is poor, and yet you want good results out of life. Man, it's brothers out here that'll really love you, guys. That'll really love you. I want to really make sure I make this point, so give me a second, because I gotta say this, y'all. When we talking about karma, yo, it's brothers out here that really love you, that'll steal from you and help you look for it. Like, I'm talking about, like, damn, what? You missing what? You need me to help you find it, man? Maybe it's somewhere around the house, knowing they got your shit at home. Like, it's folks that are really dirtbag you, that love you, you say, right? It's people that you would give opportunities, give the shirt off your back, that wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire. It's people that want so much greatness out of life, like really want to be the best version of themselves, and yet can't give up the fact that, man, they some haters. Karma, guys, like, hey, be good. You know what I'm saying? Be a good person to those who are good to you, right? Start letting some shit slide sometimes. Damn, he stepped on your shoe. It ain't gonna hurt. Walk away, homie. Because one day you might wrong somebody and need them to grant you some grace. One day you need to realize, like, hey, there's more to life than getting over on my brother. You may not believe in karma. You might think karma is not real, right? But that'll be like not believing in gravity and throwing something in the air and expecting it to stay. That shit gonna still hit the ground, right? For every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction. The universe is listening. Be careful what you say in it. All these things are universal truths, guys. And you don't have to believe in karma to be living through the effects of karma. Again, your character gonna shine through. When you out here burning bridges, you never really think about tomorrow. You may need to cross that bridge again. Whew. So, that's my 5 sets of advice for the nephews today. Yo, if this video get enough shares, likes, comments, you know what? We'll make another 5. Or I'll make some advice for the nieces. It depends on what y'all want, right? Word overdose. Make sure you following. Make sure you subscribing. Your daily dose of words, right? This your Uncle Willie Lee. Let me give you that 5 again. 5 advice for my nephews. I gave y'all advice on family planning. Pick the right one. Oh, and another thing on family planning. I got to say this before I forget. Hey, it's better to start early when you're making your family, guys. I know they keep saying like, hey, get yourself together first, do all these things. Man, if only that was like the optimum way. We all should be that way, right? We all should be striving to be our best version of ourselves before we start taking on more responsibility. But I will tell you this, like your brother right now, I'm 42, Uncle 42. By the time I'm 50 years old, I got an empty nest. I have my last child, or fourth child was born, I should say. Fourth child was born when I was 32. So that child will be 18 when I'm 50. Hopefully going off to college or getting his ass in somebody's army, something. He gonna be somewhere, right? But 4 children by 32 means I'm 50 with an empty nest. I got homeboys who have yet to meet the right one, right? Yet to meet the right woman. We in our 40s. Maybe they have a child at 45. You had your first child at 45. Shit, you look at that retirement age, 63, before that child is able to leave the nest, right? That's tough. God forbid they not have to stay too much longer, right? Like, God damn, will you ever get the house to yourself? Can you ever walk around naked again? So yeah. I have to say that on the family planning, it's better to start early if you can. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this about my late bloomers on such an activity. Wise man once said, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. Find you somebody you can work with. Be able to define what is a good woman for you. Be able to find a woman that you can work with. Understand that she still could change up after the wedding. She still could change up after the children. So be careful, right? Second point was be a capable man. Don't let your ego lead to your demise. Practice income suppression if you can. Be capable. Look capable. Be strong enough to be capable and be able to execute on the things that you claim you are capable of. All right, number 3, read more. Study on YouTube. Don't just use YouTube as a means of getting your latest gossip. Don't just read memes and tweets and think you are an avid reader. No, you need to pick up some books of depth. You need to research subjects of depth, right? So be up on top of that. Number 4, don't embrace the toxic elements of black culture. Like, hey, I'm a firm believer in I'm a solar man, coffee colored, God colored if you must, right? We are various shades of brown, and yet we are also a beautiful color that we call the darkest hue, maximum hue, right? Black, though, that I'm not. Black is a filthy word. It means evil, wicked, dirty, ugly, filthy, demonic. And by going by black, we embrace such negative elements and don't understand why. Words are spells. That's why we spell them, right? Number 5, karma is real. Don't just be a dirtbag for the sake of being a dirtbag. Let your character be pure. Let your character shine through. It will open up doors for you. Yo, the man of high character get more opportunities. If you the dirtbag's opportunities is catching somebody slipping. But the man of high character is a person that you call upon to reference, right? Dirtbag might come up to me and be like, hey, Will, can I join in your business of power washing? I would love to get out there and work on the truck with you, right? I'm a hard worker. I don't trust him. You know what he gonna need? For me to be able to trust him, he gonna need some references from some men of high character that I can trust. So karma is real. Don't burn bridges if you may need to cross them one day. So again, that's my stuff today. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Keep up on the latest. We're doing a lot of good shit in the shorts as well. So, hey, pump this shit up. Let's go. We're trying to go from 3,000 this year, or 3,000 in 2022 to 30,000 this year. Let's see if y'all can help make it happen.